Let's give this another go. Let's give this another go. Dum da dum dum dum. But what's cool is I already have the game up and running, so I don't have to like waste anybody's time here. Maybe. Maybe I am wasting everybody's time here. No. All right, onward. So yeah, just gotta relaunch a few things, and then we'll be back into Green Hell. No idea what happened and why we had that disconnect there. That was dumb. That was super dumb. Super dumb. Super dumb. My kid watches a show called Super Y. They do like science and stuff. What up, King? Yeah, I know. It's laggy while I'm launching the chats. It always cleans up after I do that. So sit tight. What happened, Degen? I have zero idea. My YouTube feed went dead and just like disconnected on me because of silliness. And so I have to relaunch everything, which takes just a couple minutes here. The annoying part is just popping out these chats all the time so I can read everybody's comments. I wish that the multi-feed in Streamlabs worked properly, but it doesn't. It only gives you like one of your two YouTube feeds. All right, just got to do one more chat and we're back in the game. Ah, okay, so your own version of it. How's your version different? He said with curiosity. Okay, and then we can close this one, and then we can shrink this down to here so we can see both that chat and this chat. Can't you do that? It reads up your comments. Wait, I'm confused. So, I could probably attach that bot that kind of like reads the comments to me and things like that. To be honest with you, though, as a viewer, I'm not the biggest fan when streamers have that attached because it distracts me from the feed and like what I'm watching them do. And so I've never added it because of a personal preference against it, but I'm not necessarily against it, if that makes sense. So anyway, I've decided the easiest way to make this happen, and this is going to be kind of silly, is I'm going to make 2 tree houses with a rope ladder. And so, okay, I mean that's a version. That's a way to make it work for you. So we're gonna do. Okay, I don't want to do it on the big ones, but I want to do it on this tree. Yeah. I want to get it all the way here. Wait, no, I don't. Yeah, here's the one that I wanted. Yeah. And I know this isn't going to make too much sense right now, but it will. Hey, zombie kitties. No, this is Green Hell. This is a similar game, but no dinosaurs. So you might have to refresh it, King. That's just kind of how it rolls when we have to do something like that. Okay, so that's going to be one of them. And then we need the other one. And I almost need to put in 3 to make this work. Yeah, I'm going to put in the third one. It definitely does. It's got a little bit of that same vibe. That is for sure. So we'll put one there. And then the last one is going over here. Yeah. There's definitely so every single survival game, King, is really, what's a good way to put this? Every single survival game is kind of built on the other one. And so like a lot of them buy a bunch of other stuff. Sounds good, Degen. No, I hear you on the lag. I'm hoping it cleans up too. My guess is that kids in my neighborhood just got home from school and they're sucking up all the bandwidth because I refuse to buy fiber. That's why. It did it first. I'm gonna agree. I'm gonna agree that it did it first. definitely did it first. King, be nice. King, be nice. What? There's no audio. I'm seeing my bars right now. Yeah, Zombie, you're right. I think King's just trolling. I think King just be trolling. I respect it. I definitely respect it. This game, I think we talk about it every single time. Green Hell has a learning curve that is very, very, very tricky to get into. Well, King, are you muted? Oh, man. I'm running out of trees in, like, my normal spots to get trees. I actually, like, need to venture in a little bit. It's a good spot to just collect a bunch. Is that a spike tree? Yeah, it is. Never mind. Let's keep moving. Here's a spot. Here's a good spot. Hey, Mel Taylor. Good to see you. Oh, no, of course that happened. Of course that happened. I feel dumb. I walk away from a spike tree, and then sure enough, I walk right into another spike tree. And, of course, and now I'm standing in a plant. So dumb. Luckily, I didn't get hurt, though. Like, no poisoning. That's fantastic. I'll take that. Purple man crying emoji. I love that emoji. It's a good emoji. It's fantastic. Quality emoji. Oh, man. But yeah, so you idiot. Come on. Let's go. Back it up. Ha. Thank you for my cart being there. Whew. I did not hear him come back. Like, I did not hear that one at all. That one kind of, like, came out of nowhere. You forgot the game of Green Hell? No worries, Mel. No worries at all. It is a fantastic game, isn't it? Gotta love Green Hell. Okay. Well, he took he took an axe to his face, so that was a good Puma. But either way, gotta love that. I knew I was due for one last stream, and so I'm kind of surprised it took that long. Welcome back, D-Gen. I hope that the lag's kind of smoothed itself out since then. You just missed a Puma attack. It's a good Puma attack, too.
Shit.
Oh, there goes that axe.
Seriously?
Luckily, we got another one. So, with that, I'm going to be replacing it for the bone axe. So I can start working on my my melee stuff. Lee Sutherland. I recognize that name, but I'm not placing the reference, King. You're going to have to help me out. Because the first Sutherland that comes to mind is Kiefer. With what is that, 24? Was that really popular show in the States? Well, there you go. Glad we could be that perfect channel. D-Gen, that's very kind of you. Big Scottish guy. Okay, so I probably wouldn't recognize him unless he does, like, work over here in the States, because we are very sheltered here. Send help. Let's see. Over this way. There's a good one. I'm tired, and, like, I need a bunch of stuff, like a shower and all that. But either way, my opinion on Stranded Deep, it's our most popular short on YouTube. Was a video that that actually was Master of Food here in the YouTube chat sent in a video of him doing what we call shark burning, which is using the physics to propel yourself in Stranded Deep at a ridiculously high speed. So much fun. But yeah, no, I enjoy Stranded Deep. I think it's a good survival game. There's some gaps to it, but we've come so far from Stranded Deep in survival games that, like, you almost can't compare the two, you know? Oh, what'd he do? Why is he in jail? I'm like, you struck my curiosity here, King. I'm, like, actually curious about this now. It's a weird looking tree. It's because it's two trees. Okay. Sweet. Let's head back. I have a bunch of stuff in my inventory that would actually be like kind of helpful right now. And so I think I'm not going to go to sleep yet. But like I have this cat meat that's going to give me energy. I got some honey. Yeah, I got some good stuff here. Oh, probably shouldn't be opening up my inventory while walking with my cart though. Where'd I leave it behind? I always do the dumbest thing in this game. It's a full cart. I'm not about ready to walk away from a full cart. I think that would be pretty cool. I like natural survival games where like your character is completely unprepared and doesn't understand what they're doing and has to learn everything. I love games like that. I think they are super cool. Okay, where the hell did this cart go? It was not this far up when I stopped moving with it, was I? This is crazy. All right, I'm going to come back and find my cart in just a minute. I think that'd be pretty cool to do it in the Himalayas, too. I think stuff like that would be awesome. I was talking, it was my wife and I that were having a conversation the other day because we watch like shows like Alone and stuff, and I think I've mentioned that a few times. But they always do it in cold places, and like hot survival is so much more brutal in my opinion. So I don't know. Just my 2 cents on the matter. Okay. The Tomb Raider trilogy, like the original one or the more recent ones? Because I have not done the more recent ones, but like the original one, yes, absolutely yes. Okay, we are finding our cart. It is around here somewhere. I was walking back, and then I pulled up my... found it. So dumb. I walked right by it a bunch of times too. Okay. So we have some energy. We just ate a little bit. We'll go cook up these cat steaks. The cats won't give you any of the other stuff you need. Like they don't have any fat on them, and they obviously wouldn't have any carbs. And so you kind of have to take it one step at a time with them. But either way, we got some work to do first. Oh, Ashton, I want to play VR so bad. The VR version. The only VR system I have is a PlayStation 4 VR, which I'm actually getting rid of at a yard sale we're going to be doing in the near future. Just because it's just so obsolete at this point. But oh well. Nice. Definitely need to check it out. I like them. I like the whole like concept of the Tomb Raider games, despite like what Laura's doing, you know? Did what message appear? Ah, the first one didn't appear on my multi-chat, but hang on. Ah. Yeah, I could definitely see that being a reason why somebody would be in jail. So, that makes sense, King. Definitely makes sense. Alright. So, 3 of these, and then we're going to connect them with rope bridges. And then we're going to be able to line the entire area here with traps, which is so fantastic. Hey, D-Gen, thanks for the heart. Mighty kind of you, man. Really appreciate that. Okay. Still going to need a few more logs. Just a few, right? Just a few. And then we'll be able to call that. Not bad. Do we have any long sticks? Whew, my storage is like depleted right now. Crazy empty storage. Should probably refill this soon. 1 stick available. 2 vids in development? Nice, dude. Nice, nice. That's awesome, man. Okay, I know, yeah. It's a few spots for sticks here. Alright, so we need to go just get some sticks and some long sticks. I think I should have just a couple of those just laying around the base, yeah. Go pick up some of this other stuff. Appreciate that. It's mighty kind of you to say. We, I think it's because every single one of us has those delusions of grandeur about becoming a big streamer one day. And so we're just trying to do it in the ways that we would want to do it ourselves. But I don't know. I'll get there one day. That's the way I look at it. Like every single time that like my other job gets stressful or boring or something like that, I always remind myself, I'm just like, it's only temporary. Don't have to stress about it for long. Eventually, this will be all I do every single day. Silly millipede, get off of me. Don't like that. Alright, onward. I think, is that all the long sticks that are about? Yep. There might be some more floating around here. But I figured I'd take a small break from doing the walls to focus on getting this stuff done. Looks like we just need a couple more. Cut down some of these small ones over here. I understood like maybe 2 of those words, King. So there you go. There you go. One sec. There we go. Alright, and then just a couple more of these. I feel like I cut down more than just the one tree, though. Should have grabbed another one. Alright. Just one more long stick and the frame's done. A survival game in Japan. Interesting concept. Depends on the area of Japan. I could see that working very successfully. Like, really, really, really successfully. You see those tribals down there that are just kind of, like, stalking me? They've just been hanging out since I destroyed their camp before. Like, and when I say stalking me, I mean, like, actually stalking me. Because they're just kind of over there being really ominous all the time. There's 3 of them, and they haven't moved the entire time. I think one of them actually might be glitched out, which means that he's just duplicated over there. But, oh well. Okay. Rope, 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 rope. Got a couple more bits of rope that we need, and we can probably just pull it off of the tree right here. Yeah, just one more rope, and we're good to go there. So yeah, I do. I'm trying to actually quit though. So I'm probably one of the only people that advocates against it. I started smoking when I was like in my teens, and I have slowly been kicking that habit. So either way. All right, let's just get the rest of this rope here, and then we'll go back and put the one piece in our frame. So the idea is I'm going to line every area around here with traps, so I don't have to do as much work, and then use a series of ropes to get around, or rope bridges to get in and out of my base, just to make it a little easier on myself. Can I put mud up there? I can. I can put mud up there. Why would anybody make a... Ooh, that's tempting. Just to know that I can do that is pretty cool. Because, well, I mean, let's be honest here. Why would you? You know what I mean? Yeah, definitely something that I am not for, you know? I'm a little against it at this point. Tower of Mud, that's what I'm thinking. That's not what I'm thinking is what they're trying to inspire me to do here. Okay. I like that quote, actually. That's a nice quote. Might have to start using that. Alright. So, what do we need still? I think I need... Yeah, just... Okay, I could go get logs right now, but I kind of would rather fill out the sticks. Yeah, let's keep filling that out. Alright, we are about ready to lose my, my axe, though, so we should probably make one real fast before we do anything else. Yeah, pretty much just going to be building. I want to, I'll probably run a couple spirits, like rounds, just to make sure that what I'm working on is decent. And I'm not, like, going too crazy with it. But yeah, I'll probably do maybe 1 or 2 rounds in just a couple, maybe like 10 minutes. I want to at least set a couple of these tree houses up. I was really expecting the other one to break. Or my axe to break, so that way I didn't have to, like, be all slow and crouch right now. Come on now. But yeah, I really want to build a treehouse in this game now. It dawned on me today that it's one of the only builds that I've never really focused on doing in Green Hell. I built a treehouse a long time ago before I was streaming this game. And so I kind of want to see what I could do with it now. I love the magical grow trees in this game. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, when trees are regrowing, you can cut them down a little early and they'll still give you logs, which is super weird because of how thin they are. And so what happens is you'll chop down the tree, and then as it's growing... why did I not bring my cart with me? I feel like we should bring the cart. And then so when you chop down the tree, it just magically grows, if you will. And yeah, it's just super random and weird. That would be legit. Seeing Sons of the Forest graphics in the forest, that would be pretty cool. I would play the heck out of the game. Like that would be an insanely good game. Oof. I just walked right into these bees over here. Don't want to do that. Definitely don't want to do that. But I want your honey. Okay, onward. So I do need, probably, we'll do one side of this will be logs. And then the other side of it will be sticks. This is a magic grow tree. And it just grows into these bigger logs right here. But yeah, I don't know. I just think that's hilarious that you can chop down a tree early and get it like that. You know, that's one game that I haven't played too much of is Subnautica. I only got to play it on a buddy's account, like when I was over at his house a long time ago when the game like first came out. And so I never really got a chance to play it much. Aside from that, I really want to take out some more of this brush so it's not as annoying over here. Bringing the cart through here is kind of a pain, but it's not that big of a deal. Oh, insomnia. I should probably do something about the insomnia that I'm dealing with. Eventually. What I got going on here? I got a bunch of food. I shouldn't just like go to sleep while I have all this food on me. Yeah, I should. I actually shouldn't. I need to cook a bunch of this stuff too. And you know what? And there are a fair amount of them. Like a lot of people don't realize how many aquatic survival games there are, but there's a good amount of them, and not just like underwater aquatic games. I'm talking like pirate games and stuff like that too. But just this year alone, I got a chance to play a bunch of random pirate survival games, like If Sun Sets. What's the other one that I played? Salt 2 was the other one. There's a lot of pirate survival games out there. I guess people still really want to be pirates. Okay. Definitely don't have enough to get this done, but you can at least get some of it moving. So we got a few more long sticks to do. All right. Let's go ahead and get some stuff done inside here. Survival games that I would recommend. Depends on the style of survival game that you're looking to do. There's some survival games, like, I consider them survival games. Other people probably wouldn't. But, like, community games, like, what's that one called? State of Decay. State of Decay and State of Decay 2. They are survival games, but, like, you don't have to eat. You don't have to... What am I doing? Fire. Like that's one of my favorite survival games of all time, but it's more of a community management base building game than it is like a survival game. Still a ton of like survival elements in it, so quality game, highly recommend it. But either way, that would be one that I would recommend is State of Decay. What is that, animal droppings? Yeah, I did not need that. State of Decay is a big one. State of Decay 2 is better though. What else? DayZ is probably one of the better survival games out there, just because of what DayZ is. It's not even a survival game; it's a zombie simulator. If you're into isometric games, speaking of zombie simulators, Project Zomboid is a game you have to check out. I think they're working on Stranded Deep too. So you're probably not going to see a graphic update on Stranded Deep because they're going to be wanting you to buy the next one. So that's just, if I remember correctly, they're working on a second Stranded Deep. I'm not 100% sure on that. All right. So we've showered. Let's go lay down, get some sleep for a little while. Let our systems kind of restore. Oh, yeah, that's right. I was going to lay down and get some sleep, but I needed to cook this meat. And man, I don't know if I have enough energy to make a fire right now. I hope I do. I hope I do. Ugh, too tired to make a fire. Hang on. It goes bad in 9 hours. It's kind of rough, but like I can't go to sleep yet without getting some more energy because I don't want to waste this food that's on me. All right, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to sleep for a couple minutes. Is it going to be on console? That I don't know. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure if it's going to be on console or not. Hopefully they give it to you guys on console. That'd be pretty legit. I don't know. I understand why a lot of games are PC only and stuff like that, but still, I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's fair one bit. It's more about the regulations and the rules of those console systems than it is about the devs' attempts to. Like, there's just so much green lighting that has to happen to launch a console game, which makes sense, right? Like, it makes sense. You want to have your console games be good, but at the same time, like, yeah. I hope you understand what I mean. So I'm not fully awake yet. I'm literally just here to cook some food. Made myself a nice boiled egg here. Go ahead and eat that. Delicious. Good fat and protein on that. But yeah, and then I'm gonna crash for the rest of the night here. I'm just letting this food cook up while I was able to make a fire. While we're waiting though, we might as well get these 2 pieces up. What are 2 pieces? Get them right here. Here and here. There we go. I kind of agree with that too, and I mean, there's been some ports of console games to the PC that have been just garbage too. Watch Dogs comes to mind as one that is just not good at all. If you're familiar with the Watch Dogs game, every time that I try to play the Steam port of Watch Dogs, I end up crashing right at the exact same part. And there's nothing that I can do to prevent it or stop it or anything like that. It's just this game, it's the type of game that likes to crash. And so, yeah. Hopefully they fix it. But I don't hold my breath for stuff like that. Alright, and so Treehouse platform number 2 is done. So we got 1, 2, number 3 is over there. God of War, years ago. I've never played the more recent ones, but I have played the other ones for sure. It's a good game. It's a good series, I should say. Definitely some fun ones. I'm not the biggest fan of like hack and slash games. If I were to pick like my favorite hack and slash game was Dante's Inferno, and then I found out about like the whole like lie that the developers told with their systems about how like your health never actually changes and stuff like that despite you upgrading your character. And so that was a little bit of a letdown, but either way, I always thought that was one of the better hack and slash games that was out there. I'm not going to put it on like comparison with God of War though. That game kind of stands alone. It's a fantastic one. Do I go to Walmart on the daily? No, I actually typically don't shop at Walmart. I kind of go to Walmart whenever I know that something I need is going to be there. But typically I don't bother with Walmart. Not my style. Random question though. Why not? Yeah, it's personal preference thing. I mean, it's just not my cup of tea, I guess is the way to put it. All right, so let's see what we got going on here. We got some big cat meat. Again, it doesn't really give you anything but the protein boost. Got tons of honey, or well, that big thing of honey that we've been getting like a bunch of times, so that's pretty handy. This is Green Hell, Benjamin. One of the greatest survival games of all time, in my opinion. Man, I don't like having this rotted human meat touching everything all the time. Just not a big fan of that. Oh well. Okay, so we still need what, fat? Yeah, we need water and we need fat. So let's just drink some water and then go get some fat. I mean, typically I just get my fat taken care of from the steaks that I eat, but this is I'm eating Puma right now, and so I'm not going to be able to do that. No, it's not 2 games. It's one of the modes inside of the game. And so it's on your when you go into your single player or your multiplayer mode, it's there. It's just a game option now. So that's where it's from. There we go. Whew, what am I over encumbered with? Really, the meat? Get rid of that in a heartbeat so I can do this faster. Oh, dude, yeah. There's a scripted moment if you're playing in the story. There's a scripted attack where you get attacked by one of the Jaguars pretty early on, and if you don't approach an area right, you trigger the scripting. And I think it's really unfortunate, but yeah, it is brutal. It is brutal. Make bone armor before you get to the first tribal village. That's the only like tip that I'll offer you because I don't want to spoil anything. But make some bone armor. And if you're not familiar with how to make bone armor, it's pretty easy. Just need 3 bones from something to like go hunting for a little while. That's just an armadillo. But go hunting for a little while and get some bones, and then 3 bones, 2 pieces of rope, and banana leaf, and you'll make bone armor, and you'll be able to last through a few hits of that the Jaguars. Sorry, I got a phone call in the middle of that, so I just wanted to ignore it. Oh, the bone armor from the forest, nice. Yeah. Yeah, that it's if I think I know exactly the scene that you're at, and it is a triggered moment. It almost feels scripted after you go through the playthrough a few times. It's not a scripted moment. You trigger it by doing it a very specific way, and I recently learned how to not do it that specific way, and it makes the game so much better when you get to that part. Oh, we're full on rope. Sitting here, I'm like trying to take a piece of rope, and I'm like, why aren't you letting me take this? Where'd it go? There it is. Trying to get everything that I need to finish out this last one, but I might as well bring home logs too, just so I can keep going on the fence. What the hell? Pick up the big one. Thank you. Man, what is with all these centipedes? Definitely. And I mean, they kind of explain it somewhere in the game. I can't remember where, but with the cats, don't run away from them. Look straight at them and back up. And if you hear growling, stop moving immediately and turn and try to find where the growl is coming from, and then back up slowly from that direction. And if you do it properly, the cat will expose itself before it charges at you, because it'll keep kind of walking towards you slowly. And if you can pull it off right, it'll actually expose its head to you, and you can get the headshot off like pretty easily. Taking out the cats isn't too difficult, but you have to hear them. That's the hard part about it, Deadhead. You just got Green Hell? Yeah, absolutely no spoilers. We don't do spoilers on this channel unless the game's like 10, 15 years old. Like, I played Fallout New Vegas the other day on a stream, and yeah, we spoiled that all, like, everywhere. Every single time anybody had a question, they were just like, well, when you kill Mr., you know, that type of thing. if a game's 10 years old, you can't really spoil it. Which means that what? This game came out in 2018. Got two years left. 2 years left on Green Hill. And then spoilers, in my personal opinion, will be applicable. Alright, so we got that one. Fallout 4 on disc. Man, do you remember going and buying games on disc? I do. I and like Pepperidge Farm remember. But like I have some fun stories of like going to GameStop for Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 release night. That was a crazy release day. That was fun. I remember the first time that I went to a release of a game that needed to be installed. I think it was the Red Dead Redemption 2 release. I was not expecting to have to install it. So I waited in line, and then I got my physical copy, right? And then I came home, and I had to install it. Meanwhile, my buddy was able to install it like the night before because he bought the digital version. So, well, there you go. There you go. Understandable. Understandable. There's no way not to spoil Vegas. That's valid. That's valid. Somebody once asked me if I could explain the plot of Vegas to them, and I kind of just looked at them and I just said it's just chaos, and that's all I could really explain and elaborate on, because that's really what Fallout is. It is just chaos, and Fallout New Vegas specifically, like the other Fallouts, Fallout 3 and Fallout 4, there's some sanity remaining, but for the most part, not in Vegas. They checked that at the door. Alright. So we are almost there. How's my fire looking? Is that still burnt? For a second I was like, was my fire out already? What? Whew, it's about to be. Came back in the nick of time. 1 stick. 2 stick. 3 stick. The rest of my sticks. Not what I meant to do, but whatever. There we go. Oh yeah, there's Cayman in Green Hill. They're big too. It's the only thing that takes 2 headshots to take down is the Cayman. And so, but the first time, if you're playing on story, you'll be fine. If your first time in Green Hill is on story, you're fine. They introduce a couple of the moments, and that's all I'm going to say about it. But yeah, you'll get introduced to the Cayman eventually. It's a good time. Okay, so the plan is to do this in a very, very smart way. At least I think it's going to be smart. Boom, look at that. Love it. Love it, love it. Chop this down right here. I think I chopped down my own rope ladder. That's pretty dumb if you ask me. Was not trying to do that. I mean, how thick is a deer's skull? Now I'm questioning that myself. Hey, Malazilla. I'd love to play this game in VR. This is one of those games that I actually like. I would love to get a chance to play this in VR, but I don't have a system that would allow it. Yeah, no worries, no worries. I understood what you meant, because there's no bone arrows in Green Hell, and so I definitely understood what you meant from the beginning there. Okay, so with that being said. Did my live end again? No. Okay, that was weird. For some reason, I got this alert on my phone that just said, check your live updates. That must have been from the earlier stream that broke on us. Okay, so that's one connection point. And then connection point number 2 is over here. I'm gonna go over, come on, right there. Aha! Secluded, right? Oh, I don't think I put the platform on the other platform, or the other one here. Yeah, no, there's a platform in there. My draw distance is so far away. All right, so connection from here to here. Super clean, but that's going to take a lot of logs. Whoa. Don't like that. Okay, so I see what happened. Really don't like what happened, though. God. Glad I got a ton of bandages on me. So long story short, that rope is so close to the rocks, my character must have made collision with the rocks coming down the rope. And so when that happens, it must have triggered him falling. So I fell through all of that, which means that I don't like that. Yeah, let's chop that down. We'll put it somewhere else. I can't get dirty right now. Otherwise, that could get infected. And so, oh well. Okay. Let's try it here. And if I land on my own palisade and I impale myself, I'm gonna laugh. I mean, I'm not supposed to make noises coming off of this.
Damn it!
Yeah, I'm getting hurt doing that. I don't like that. If I have to readjust, it is what it is. I'd rather do it properly. And if I have to like move, in fact, hang on. Take this obsidian. Okay. And then what we're gonna do is put some obsidian storage back here. I kind of knew that I was gonna eventually need to move this storage around, so I'm not even that disappointed in myself for it. Okay, 4 more. Yeah, you know, as much as I want to say that Green Hell is a very realistic game, I think one part that they underplay is the actual like damage that Jake Higgins takes. There's a lot of damage that doesn't really make sense for him to get, and so it's hard for me to explain. But yeah, there's some moments where I'm like, yeah, that would hurt you a lot more than that, bud. Definitely hurt you a lot more. Bone axe. Figured I'd finally go ahead and make one. Woohoo! Look at that thing. Shiny. Okay, so we just knocked this thing down. Finish this so we can get the obsidian back in here. There we go. Alright, so if I did this properly, which knowing me I didn't, this should work without hurting me. We'll find out. We'll find out right here. Because I can get up just fine, but getting down... Why? Why is this hurting me? I don't understand it. And, like, it's giving me abrasions and breaking my armor and stuff, too. That's one thing that I love about Sons of the Forest and the Forest is that you can just, like, impale the glider straight into the ground and it doesn't matter. Like, it does not matter whatsoever. Alright, so I'm breaking my armor to make this happen, too, which is really unfortunate. So let's go ahead and fix up our armor. And then I have to rethink my approach here because this is not working the way it should. Which, I mean, it is what it is, but I'd rather it work a little bit better. Alright, so, and then 3 bones and 2 ropes. Excuse me. Yeah, there we go. Like, for a second it didn't grab over the other one. Alright, bone armor right there. Ooh, we're up to 75. Not bad. Alright, and we're equipped on the bone armor again. Okay. So. If that's the case, Then I'm going to take out that footbridge there. And I am going to add a footbridge here to here. And then I'm going to add a footbridge from here. It's too much of an angle. To here. Don't like how that looks, but all right. I'm going to hurt myself again. Play a Johnny Cash song. Whew, my health. My health is just not doing good right now. Luckily, my armor's taking most of the stuff here. All right, I can do footbridges from down here, right? No, I'm gonna have to do it from over there. How am I gonna make this work? Where are you connected to? Because I was gonna be putting this footbridge. I was going to be putting it onto my treehouse and like connecting them like that. But man, it is not looking like that's going to be feasible. This treehouse strategy may not be practical, which is fine. It's not the end of the world. You know, it is what it is. Now I just have these 3 tree houses I can't really use in my my space, which is fine. It's fine. It's fine. Sorry about killing your friend. Hey, Brett, this is Green Hell, one of the greatest survival games of all time. Nice. Nice. An armory house? That's fantastic. I need to catch up on the Discord if you did have a chance to add that stuff to the Discord. I haven't had a chance to really go through anything on the channel lately, so I want to check that out. Alright, so I'm trying to get my health back and all this other stuff. And then I'm going to have to I have to go up there one more time, and I'm probably going to get hurt one more time to make this happen. But you go in there and then don't come back. Don't like that. Alright, let's go get some more stuff. You know what? Hang on. Let's lay the stuff out that I need to do. And then we'll go ahead and get it done. Alright, so water in there first, please. Mushroom soup on the pot. 1 steak, 2 steak, 3 steaks. Green Hell is if... I like that. If Dark Souls was a survival game, that's Green Hell. I like it. You still can't find the Discord? Dude, that's crazy. That's like, I don't like that one bit. I'm sorry about that, man. I'm gonna have to like go through our TikTok tonight and make sure that like all of our settings are set up. It'll be in the bio by tomorrow. I will make sure that it is in the bio and that you can be part of our Discord community. All right, there's our mushroom soup. We need fat. We need protein, and that's what we're cooking up right now. But I also feel like I should just go find some fat while that's cooking. This typically they drop some pine nuts like right here. I don't see any though. So it's fine. It's fine. Be cool if I could find some pine nuts though. I'm not a big fan of wasting coconuts for like simple things. And so, like, I don't really want to eat a coconut unless it's, like, a last resort kind of thing to eat. And typically, pine nuts aren't that difficult to find. Here's 2 trees that would drop them. Nah. Alright, no worries. That's one thing that I don't have around me are Brazil nut trees. And so I should go venture out and find a bunch of them. Just because of how handy they are. But it's all good. Do I hear singing? Are you about ready to pop out? No, seems to be alright. This is Green Hell. This is one of the better survival games of all time. Great survival game. Just eating all this fruit real fast. I don't need it, but we might as well. You know what? I'm going to take one of these steaks. And instead of cooking it, I'm going to boil it. So that way we can just drink it. Get a little bit more energy and stuff like that going on. There we go. Wrong one. Alright, so now we got steak 1, steak 2. Sip, sip. Love it. You get 2 sips of it, and it gives you energy on each one. It's good eats right there. Alright, do we get fat from bone soup? I'm trying to just figure out the whole fat situation real fast. Because I don't have good nuts around me. But bone meal might do it. Ah, you got it? You found it? Fantastic. That makes me super happy, dude. That makes me really happy. Bone infusion. Yes, we do get fat from bone infusion. I'll have to start cooking my bones then. Okay, so now we have full energy. So dumb. Gotta hurt myself one more time just to make this happen properly. But this was a disaster. It did not work as intended. So now we gotta hurt myself coming down off the treehouse. Aw, very kind of you. I mean, you can say no to me, though. I don't expect you guys to blindly follow and agree. Ever. Anything like that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Your role model should already be dead. That way they can't disappoint you. Onward. I want to kill something. Yeah, let's kill something. Let's do a round. It's been enough time. And I'm a little angry about my treehouse strategy not working properly. And so let's go ahead. Let's do a round to make it happen. Whoa! Let's go. Let's go. Where are you coming from, dudes? Shouldn't have come from that way. Whoa! Good shot. A for effort. Oh, bad shot. Good shot. Whoa! You could have stabbed me in the face, dude. Surprised you didn't. Yeah, get my stamina back up real fast. They're gonna come from the left. I see you all the way over there. Take another shot if you dare. Deal with the spearman first. Oh, he doubled back. Oh, come on. There we go. The AI is not that great on the warriors. Or not the warriors, the hunters. The AI is not good on the hunters. The warriors and the spearmen it's not that bad with, but the hunters, a lot of times they do not know what they're doing. Alright, awkwardly, gonna have to... Why can I not skin this dude's corpse? That's gonna be weird if I can't get rid of his corpse. The next base building contest, we're probably going to announce it in about a week or so. We've already kind of given away the general theme. This month's base building, or this quarter's base building contest is going to be centered around FIFA, the FIFA World Cup. And so, if you would like to build a base, with the theme of FIFA, we'll be laying out a couple other parameters, not too many other things, but we'll be laying out a couple other parameters to have a lot of fun. Okay, I also want to ditch these feathers. Don't need this many feathers on me. What do you win? If you win, you get a $25 gift card to Steam. And then we do have a runner-up that earns $10 in gift cards to Steam. So I try to make it worth your while. I try to make it at least like half the price of a full game. But we also try to line it up right before the sale, like the big sales, like the spring sale, the summer sale, those types of things. And so hopefully it all works out like that. That wasn't that bad. That was probably about what, like 5 headshots in a row, and then I screwed up big time on that last guy. Excuse me. So can't complain about that. Probably gotta fetch some arrows out of my walls too. See, I'd make exceptions for console players and stuff like that. So like one time somebody asked for an Epic Games gift card, and I said, yeah, no problem. So I mean, really, it's about what you want. I will try to fulfill it. I like giving gift cards instead of cash. You know what I mean? It's just kind of personal preference thing. Especially with overseas stuff. Can't really run a contest with cash without like worrying about exchange rates and things like that. And so That looks like it's kind of been beat up a little bit. Don't like that. Wish there was a repair tool inside of the game. So you have to do it on brand with the theme. You have to follow the theme. It can kind of be any game, any mod, anything like that, but it has to be on, like, just on point with the theme. And so it does have to be FIFA related. Is that just obsidian and another ritual flame thing? No worries. There's that terrible shot that I did over this way. Man, I'm a little disappointed that this fence that I put in is already starting to get warped, because I'm pretty sure there's no repair tool in Green Hell. Now I need to actually double check that, because I don't think I've ever bothered to repair anything in Green Hell. I typically just let it fall apart. I'm checking right now. Yeah, exactly. Nope. No repair tools. I think that there's a lot of fun possibilities. I mean, you don't have to build a stock, like, you don't have to build, like, a pitch or anything like that. Like, you can have some fun building kind of the best that you can. And I think it would be worthwhile. Like, I don't know. I think that stuff's pretty fun. And so, like, what I'm trying to say is you don't have to actually, like, build a game, you know? But you can just build something in relation to it. Like, you don't even have to build the field. You could build a, I'm trying to think of an option. You could build, like, the bus getting the teams to the field. You know what I mean? We try to keep it as open-ended as possible. Okay. I kind of want to do another one, but I also feel like I should go do some more work. Because they are definitely taking on my fence here very hard. All right. Well, we might as well, right? Might as well. So I don't vote. We let the community vote in the contest. I do not do any of the voting, which is probably for the best. I don't want people to think that, like, I'm giving anybody an unfair advantage. And so, yeah, we let everybody in the Base Legend Discord vote to see who's got the best base. And then from there, I spin a wheel, like just a random wheel for the second and third place runner-up. All that stuff. And I'm probably going to do a third place. I know I've mentioned it a little bit, but I'm probably going to do a third place this time around. And the third place, you're probably not going to win a prize, but you're going to pick the contest theme next time. I like giving you guys the option of picking your own themes. Kind of makes things a little bit more exciting. All right, looks like we got some leeches to take care of. Let's just take these sticks back and then we'll take care of that. So I'm just in the process. I'm setting up. I'm tired of having to do all of this, like, back and forth shooting when they come in. And so I'm setting up some traps to just make this a little bit easier on myself. Exactly. Exactly. That's why I do it. Give you guys a chance to buy some games and stuff like that. And as I said, like, if you're not a PC player, I will make sure that that we'll do it on console and make it worth your while. So the dudes from the left or the right here, because yeah, it's reversed looking into the base. These guys aren't that big of a nuisance. It's the guys that come from over there on the left. Those are the nuisance. No, doesn't matter what country. Doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, you could even make up a fun little story about your favorite player, and, like, make their house growing up or something like that. I don't care. Like, it just has to be FIFA adjacent, you know? Like, you just have to show me that this has something to do with the FIFA World Cup in some way. No, it shouldn't matter if you win. I think, I don't know. I'm not going to try to, like, name countries of where some of our members are and things like that. But I think I've mentioned before, like, 60-something% of our community is Europe. Like, lives in Europe. And then the rest are in, like, the United States and stuff like that, like me. And so, I mean, there's no problem with it whatsoever. it's a gift card, and so I share everything digitally through Steam, and so yeah, should be really straightforward. Wow, we are pretty over encumbered right here. We are tons of feathers. Don't need this many feathers. We'll at least keep one more stack. 24. There we go. Nope, didn't want to grab that one. Trying to see if there's anything else. I'm carrying animal droppings. Why am I doing that? Oh, I gave myself parasites intentionally. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's not a big deal. Yeah, welcome, dude. I need to get back into participating more on the Discord. I've had the busiest summer. What am I talking about? I have had probably the busiest winter I've ever had in my entire life this past year, and so just non-stop stuff happening, which I mean is good. Busy is good, right? I like being busy. I'd rather be busy than have nothing going on, and so yeah, definitely a fun time. Okay, onward. We're heading over. I need to go get some Copahanga. I have parasites again. This log over here tends to have Copa on it. But nope, not today. Copahanga today. No, that's not it. Copahanga, nope. Favorite survival game, I think, is underrated. That's a good question. That's a really good question. Survival game that I think is underrated. Man, I can't think of one off the top of my head right now. Because I'll be honest with you, most survival games are the other side. They're a little overrated. But an underrated one. You know which one? I don't know if I would say that it's underrated because it has a very, very... There's some Copahanga. It has a very, very large community. And I mean, like, I understand that having a large community doesn't mean that a game is a quality game or anything like that. But it's a very niche community. It's Conan Exiles. And again, large game, large community and things like that. But you talk to people about Conan Exiles and you get this like love-hate reaction to that game. I get it. It's Conan. Some people don't like it. But I don't know. I personally love that game. You can build some of the coolest bases, the coolest content in that game. It's basically a mature adult Minecraft, and it's really, really, really unique and advanced. The building mechanic alone has inspired so many other games around it, and it's Funcom, the same publishers of the new Dune game that came out. And so again, I don't know if you would consider that an underrated game because it's Conan the Barbarian. Like that's an IP that's been around and predates me, like predates my birth. And so it's, again, I don't know if you would consider that over or underrated, but that's the one that kind of popped into my mind when you asked that, DGen. And I always feel like whenever YouTube is quiet, chat-wise, that I need to explain, because there are like, what, 60 of you in there right now? We are multi-streaming on multiple different platforms, so if you see me chatting to somebody else, probably not on your platform. But this is live. This is not a recording. I always feel like I need to say that. Sounds good, DGen. Well, you have a great rest of your day, a good night's sleep, man, and we'll see you again soon, or at least hopefully see you again soon. Always a pleasure having you in here, DGen. Thank you very much. Oh, millipede. Can't even get one stack of logs back to base, or sticks back to base without millipedes. So if this works properly, the dude, what's going on, Bob? Good to see you. If this works properly, like the one or two dudes that come from this side will no longer be an issue, which will be pretty cool. I should be bringing back logs instead of sticks. Probably make this a little bit easier, shorter. Actually, I'm probably only going to go for about 10 more minutes here. And then call it. And then I am off tomorrow. I'm not going to be streaming. But I will be back on Thursday. Not with Green Hell. Going to be playing Star Rupture. which, if you're not familiar with what Star Rupture is, it's amazing. It's a fantastic game. It's a great game. It's by the same people, though. Oh, that's unfortunate, Bob. You don't have to tell us if you don't want to, but I'm kind of curious how you broke your arm. Sorry to hear that. It was too risky to walk forward anymore. Gonna grab the other stuff back here. There we go. So there's the beginning of our spike traps. There's some other traps that I do want to be laying down here, and that's when it's going to start getting dangerous for myself. But this is the bow trap. We want to get a couple of these going, kind of in a line. But as I said, it gets dangerous for myself here once I start putting these together. So there you go. Because now we're going to have to jump these or sprint through them. But yeah, I'll be able to jump over too. At least I should be able to jump over too if I remember properly. These are by far, I think Green Hell, out of all the base defenses available in survival games, I think Green Hell probably has my favorite base defense system of all time. Because the traps that you make are ultra primitive traps. Whereas, like, even in Sons of the Forest, you look at some of the traps that they have in there, and you're just like, this is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, this is not believable. This is ridiculous. Ooh, that is a heart. I'm sorry to hear that. That is not fun at all. But yeah, so Green Hell, like, the traps are ultra primitive. Ooh, dual fracture. That sucks. That sucks. How long you gotta wear a cap? 12 weeks, right? I'm guessing. But so with the primitive traps that you make in Green Hell, like, you could legitimately make these traps in real life to varying amounts of success. But I've always thought that was a really, really cool concept, is that the primitive traps that Jake makes, real life traps, like you can kill an animal, catch an animal with these. 8. Okay, that's not that bad. Well, I mean, compared to how bad it could have been, it's not that bad, but I'm sure that you were definitely not happy about having that much. I'm sorry to hear that, sir. That is not fun. You have my sympathies. And my axe. Sorry. Gimli reference. Rope. Small stick. One more piece of rope. Come on, trigger. There we go. So that's the bow trap. And you could hear it, right? Gotta love this trap. Okay, yeah, let's reset it real fast. Yikes. Ouch. Ouch, dude. I'm sorry to hear that, Bob. But yeah, so there's one bow trap. You can hear it firing. So now the part of it that matters is, can I jump this properly? Because here's one bow trap, and I don't have it armed right now, but... Yep. All right, so we can jump one bow trap without it triggering on me. See if we can get the other one set up here. I need more sticks. I only have one long stick. I need 3. Okay, let's go find another. That tree will work. This should chop down into some long sticks. Well, hey, at least you get to take it easy for a little while, Bob. Blessing in disguise, right? At least that's how I would be approaching it. Try to find that positive. I think I'm going to have to get more long sticks. Yeah, one more long stick. That's it. Okay, no worries. One more. This tree annoys me. I'm taking this tree down. I don't think I'm going to get a stick from this. I might get a log and then I can split it. But this tree, I don't know why. This tree just bugs me that it's here. It shouldn't exist. Hey, yeah, it did give me a log. I'll take it. Just send those down a little bit. Cool. Alright, get a little bit of fiber. Get that log. Perfect. I should probably check my fire. It has been too long since I've checked my fire. Sweet, still up. 2 seconds, Bob, and I'll answer you. I just want to make sure that this gets done. Blah, blah, blah. Why are you practicing takedowns? Oh, that was to Bob. There you go. What are your chords? When can you build there? I'm on the Spirits of the Amazonia map. And so, so you see down here, there's the steamboat. There's the fishing boat. I'm up here in this area right here. So coordinates are 36, 32. So there you go. There we go. You know, that was my martial art of choice growing up. I never like did it for that long, but I made it up to red belt. I was red belt in Taekwondo. It's a good martial art. It's in my opinion, it's very performative, and that's one of the reasons why I really liked it. It was a lot pretty good fun stuff. Yes, I am a gamer. We do a lot of gaming on this channel. Specifically, we make bases in video games. We build stuff. That's what we do. I need to get our Minecraft server launched again, and our Project Zomboid server launched again too. Definitely need to make that happen. Oh, come on, tell me. Do I seriously? Do I have enough rope? Not a rope. Appreciate that. Mighty kind of you. Mighty kind of you for the follow. Alright, so there's the last rope that we need here. I see that I have the first stage of insomnia right now. Kind of trying to ignore it a little bit. Oh, small stick? Seriously? So what we're going to leave behind is a small stick. Well, there you go. Appreciate that. Or I hope you you got what you were looking for there, Bob. Oh, and welcome back, Dan. Good to see you. I didn't see your comment come in. Good to have you here. All right, so this is the kind of the moment of truth. I got to be able to jump 2 of these. What? Did my TikTok go live? My TikTok drop? What is my internet must be having issues today. So, oh well. What's up, JP? Last day of on Earth. No, but I've heard about it. Oh, so I triggered it that time. I triggered one. Trying to just test this out before I call it today. Don't know why TikTok just went dead. That's weird. All right, come on. Okay. That one's clean. All right. All right, let's try it with some live ammo. All right, live ammo test. See if we can get in and out of our base without getting shot. Nice. What am I setting traps for? I'll show you in about... give me 2 minutes and I'll show you. Let me just sleep real fast. Well, I'm glad you think so, Bob. That is something that I try to. And my regulars will know. I try to get to know you guys, too. I remember usernames and things like that and remember conversations over things. I've been doing this for a long, long time. This channel's... the other channel's not even much bigger. But this is my part-time gig. I'm a full-time YouTuber with the other channel that we work with, but that's mostly like brand deals and stuff like that. This one's more fun. I like this one a lot more. Okay, so what am I setting traps for? Let me show you. So there's going to be an enemy is going to run through here because I still haven't finished the wall yet. But either way, let's go ahead and finish. I need to just get my food going. What do I play on? I play on the PC. That is my my method of choice. I have a PlayStation 4 and a Switch as well, but to be frank, I don't really bother with them as much. Like I play Pokemon like Legends ZA on the Switch, but I haven't really played that many other Switch games. That's super convenient. I was gonna go down and get some bananas, but that honey was right there and it was perfect. All right, why am I setting traps? Here's why I'm setting traps. Okay, so those are armed. Again, an enemy is going to come through this way, so it's not that big of a deal. Bam! Last one of the day. Let's do it. All right, I'll be back in chat in just 2 seconds. Oh, trap worked. See how one of the bow traps got that guy? Bad shot. Come on. There we go. Oh, come on. How did that not trigger on him? Should have. There we go. Backed him into it. These are the dudes that I'm setting traps for. They are not zombies. This is the Yabawaka tribe, or excuse me, the Wahara tribe. Whew! You stay away from that. Stay away from that. No. All right, hang on, 2 seconds. Do not like melee combat in this game. Come on, get your energy back, Jake. Bad shot, bad shot. There we go. But no, this is the Wahara tribe, who are tribals in the Amazon. That's where we're at right now, is the Amazon. And they want me to not have that thing on fire. They want me to put out that flame. That is their main purpose in life right now, is they're saying, I don't want that on. Which is fine. I mean, there's a whole like story behind it too. I'm being very, very vague about it, but there's a whole reason behind all this. Do I know the lore behind the game? I know the lore behind the story and like who the Wahara are and stuff like that. The specific spirits of the Amazonia, no, I don't know that specific lore. But yeah, that worked very well. I like shooting that one dude into the trap. That was pretty nifty. I don't think I've ever done that in this game before. But anyway, guys, so I am going to be calling it very shortly. I'm just dumping all this stuff out of my inventory. I also apparently I damaged my armor. Ooh, I did not see that. I did not see that. We have we're injured. I need to fix that real fast. Yeah, we're injured. We're bloody. We're dirty. I don't want to get infected. Let's take care of that immediately. And then we'll go ahead and get bandage on this arm. Hopefully that's the only one. Yeah, it looks like that's the only one. But my armor is screwed up. Alright, so it's about 4 o'clock. This is when I normally call it here. And so if you are a fan of base building games, survival horror games, that type of stuff. Basically any type of game where we're building stuff, we're surviving the elements and the odds, all of that. That's what we try to do on Base Legend. Like that's our bread and butter. That is the type of content that we make on a regular basis. And so if that's something you want to take part in, go ahead, join our community. Just hit that like button, that follow button, all that fun stuff. I'm out of here. I'm not streaming tomorrow. Tomorrow, J Rab is going to be on. He's the other streamer on this channel. He does Wednesdays and Saturdays for the streams and all of that stuff. Thank you very much. I'm going to figure this out. Joy Janaid? Did I get it right? I don't think I got it right. Is Sons of the Forest different from Survival? I mean, kind of. I look at Sons of the Forest more like a horror shooter than a survival game. Like, yeah, you need to eat and drink and stuff like that, so there are survival elements to it. But personally, I see Sons of the Forest as a shooter. But either way, and check out Last Day on Earth. I will check out Last Day on Earth. Absolutely, I will. I'll be back on Thursday, probably doing a different game than Green Hell, just to kind of keep things fresh. We'll probably do Star Rupture, which is the other Creepy Jar game that they have going on besides Green Hell. It's a really cool science fiction game. It mixes survival with Factorio, if you're familiar with that game. But either way, I got leeches real fast, so I'm just looking for those. There we go. All right, everybody. Whew. That was fun. That was fun. Let my fire burn out, but oh well. I'm just making sure I don't get infected before I call it. Perfect. Not going to get infected. All right, everyone. Well, you have a great rest of your day. See you next time.